At the present time, there's little possibility of individuals kicking the bucket altogether, and there's no danger of a zombie flare-up at this time. Yet that doesn't mean the circumstance isn't not kidding and that it couldn't take a turn for the worst. Preparing yourself for a flare-up that could clear out a great many individuals should be possible. And you don't have to begin delving a haven in your lawn to do it. Survival is tied in with being readied. What you do today could spare your life tomorrow. Keeping that in mind, here are the main 10 basic hints to get ready for the coronavirus episode. The normal individual consumes among 1,500 and 3,000 calories every day, except without nourishment. The body starts to break down. Dying from hunger is horrendous, and it can take upwards of 70 days. In any case, without fluids, drying out will prompt passing in only 3 or 4. Be sure to store 2 or 3 months of canned and dried out nourishment per individual. Military apportions pack a huge amount of calories and have a time span of usability of as long as 5 years. So get a few in the event that you can. You'll require enough water for at any rate 14 days, however ideally 4. A large portion of a gallon daily for one individual is about right. If you come up short on the crisp stuff, you can sanitize water from a sketchy source by bubbling it or including a dash of iodine or bleach. There's likewise an incredible innovation called the LifeStraw, which you can use to drink water legitimately from a sullied source. The straw channels water as it goes through. I suggest getting a few and keeping them on hand. 1. In the event that the plague you're endeavoring to endure is more terrible than the Black Death, there's a decent possibility society will take a short time to refocus in the wake of everything subsides. All things considered, if history's shown us anything, it's that anybody can capitulate to disease, including rulers, presidents, despots, and the person who rings you up at the supermarket, if a major bit of the populace ceases to exist rapidly. You'll need to fight for yourself, and that implies you're going to require some tools. Imagine searching for nourishment, yet all you find are bolted and void houses. On the off chance that you have a crowbar, you don't have anything to stress over. What's more, there's nothing amiss with breaking into a relinquished home while attempting to endure an apocalypse. You'll likewise need to have a standard arrangement of apparatuses in a tool compartment. Above all, it ought to incorporate a mallet, screwdriver set, a wrench, and a multi-tool. 2. Survivalists are notable for amassing firearms and ammunition, and not only for chasing. In the event that the most noticeably terrible occurs, and enough, beyond words, will disintegrate and collapse. After that occurs, life will look a ton like a dystopian film. And you're going to need to battle for yourself. When zombies begin strolling about, they'll murder you and your entire family for a healthy supper and a sheltered spot to remain. Your best safeguard is a decent defense, and that implies you'll require weapons. Shotguns are extraordinary at chasing feathered creatures, but on the other hand, they're perfect for crowdedness battle. A rifle is required for chasing greater creatures, so get one with a decent extension. Lastly, guns. They're little, simple to utilize, and have extraordinary halting force. I'd likewise recommend you get a book on chasing and cleaning animals, if you don't approach weapons because of neighborhood laws. A blade or crossbow is additionally incredible at chasing and guarding yourself. At any rate, get a decent chasing blade and trust in the best 3. Plague specialists wore abnormal covers with mouths loaded up with herbs intended to decontaminate the air as they relaxed. This was on the grounds that they thought ailment was spread through awful stenches. That thought has been disproven. Yet it gives us a genuine case of how to get ready yourself when a disease is airborne or spread through touch. Standard bio items that execute most destructive pathogens are modest and effortlessly found. Load up on Fade, which can purify anything, and as I referenced before, it can make water safe to drink. Hand cleanser is acceptable after all other options have been exhausted. However, not when there's an awful bug noticeable all around. Get some hand sanitizer, and use it at whatever point you contact regular items, or interact with others. On the off chance that you don't have any of that, liquor will execute most germs, yet it ought to be utilized as a last resort, if you choose to purchase a cutting-edge cover. Careful ones won't help against the coronavirus. You'll be needing a CBRN grade full-face veil. These are synthetic, natural, radiological, and atomic protection rated. 4. You're going to need to guard your home, and that implies you'll need to go to that trusty thing that is hell.